Well, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to your daily divine messages from Spirit. I'm Princess Leah. If you're a returning family or friend, welcome back. If you are new to my channel, welcome, beloveds. My mission here is to heal the heart of the divine masculine and the sacred feminine for the soul of mankind through conscious love. If you are in that energy, if this message finds you, if this message resonates, this is your message from Spirit for this weekly wisdom of the first week of February. Happy Black History Month. Yesterday was our first day of February. We are in the 2-2 portal right now. Today, Monday, opening up. It's also Groundhog's Day for those in the United States, or North America. We still celebrate Groundhog's Day. Seeing if the groundhog came out. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. So you let me know if the groundhog came out and how long we are perceived to have spring or winter. But that's all up to Mama Gaia, is what I'm hearing as well, because we went from negatives, sub below degree weather, to we're about to be jumping back into the 50s this week. That's life. That's the Midwest. That's just what it is. So let's see what this week's going to be like as far as energetically, that we can kind of anticipate, or perhaps just kind of maybe navigate around if there's any wisdom. My readings are not predictions as much as they are picking up on the strongest energies, the highest frequencies of conscious love for messages from Spirit, so that whatever does come into, whatever it is that we might be feeling in this moment, to help us navigate through that with a little bit of sense of grounding, or a little bit of a sense of hope, a little bit of a sense of guidance, or encouragement, whatever it is that might help you. And if it does, great. If it does not resonate with you, it doesn't feel helpful for you, that's okay too. Don't force anything if it does not, all right? Make sure you hit that like button on your way in or out, though, if you haven't already done so. Definitely subscribe to my Vibe Tribe, so we can continue to heal the heart of the divine masculine and the sacred feminine for the soul of mankind, okay? So let's go ahead and tap into our heart space. Got a little of my cat here, Tony Popsicle, in the heart chakra sound bowl. He likes to hop up on my meditation station and on my altar and look out the window. So I have to do my best to just, allow him to be up there, because he likes to be high up and see outside, and he also wants to be a part with the ancestors, as he is my grandma Tony Popsicle. So I'm sharing that with someone who might need to hear that. Maybe you have cats of your own, or maybe you have a special connection with your grandmother or grandmothers. I had some thinking about my grandmother on my father's side today, just thinking about some health histories and things like that. So maybe that might be coming up for you as you are doing your maintenance routines, as we are making sure that our health, our physical human body is healthy, as we are merging and integrating our higher self, our spiritual self, with that North Node in Pisces that we are in, with our physical self as the South Node in Virgo, that earth sign that we are in as well, releasing our perfectionism, releasing our obsessive, controlling, diseases, and fixing, right? Here we go, fixing. And I'm hearing not fix, but what was that I just did? Just a little adjustment. This crystal had fallen, tipped over, and I'm just adjusting. Not fixing, it's not broken. It just had fallen. Let me just adjust it and stand it upright. I'm hearing that is a message for us right now. We are fixing our crown, and we're just adjusting our crown chakra, our higher self, our authentic self. We are integrating that and adjusting all that is needed with the releases, because we are in our final shadow of the final full moon, the shadow of our final full moon in Leo we just had yesterday. This is that final full moon in the year of the snake, as we've been shedding all last year all of our old, outdated, toxic patterns, frequencies, belief systems, and agreements, so we can move into our higher self. So I'm hearing, let's go ahead and get started. You can place your hand on your heart if you'd like. You can close your eyes, take a deep breath. If there are any intuitive messages that come through from this sound bowl healing, Spirit honks for confirmation to share. All messages that I channel during my readings are all messages, even if they seem distractions or if they seem like background noise. I've learned to embrace them and include them as additional messages that maybe we might miss. I hear a honk in the background for confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. The question of this full moon theme, we're still in the post shadow, so the potency of our emotions are still heightened around this Leo full moon. Leo, the sovereign king, lion, king of the jungle, royal, regal. What are you releasing for the last time is what this full moon of ending cycles is asking us. What are we releasing for the last time that can no longer join us, that is no longer serving us, our healthiest, greatest good? What are we purging? What are we ending? What are we clearing? And endings, clearings, and purgings are not for the faint or weary. We are going through a spiritual death and rebirth portal so that our highest timeline can now shift into this current hour, this current plane, earth plane. So let's see what Spirit has to say of how we can move with this week's energy, how we can stay in our sovereign, regal, royal, lion, king, queen-ness. Thank you, Spirit. We had some cards that wanted to come out first, and this is from Don Miguel Ruiz, the Four Agreements deck. We have assume nothing. This is the fourth agreement. Don't make assumptions. It says, in any kind of relationship, we can make the assumption that others know what we think, and we don't have to say what we want. We assume they're going to do what we want because they know us so well. If they don't do what we want, we feel hurt and think, well, how could you do that? You should know. And what I'm hearing is you should know better. You should have known better. And I'm hearing a lot of shame with that. And so maybe that is something that we're clearing and releasing this week. To not assume the shoulda, woulda, couldas. Don't should all over yourself is what I'm hearing. Shoulda, woulda, couldas take you out of the current present moment. And this wants to come through as well. When you speak openly and honestly, you won't have to make assumptions. There's that assumption again. So we have two of the four agreements. Don't make assumptions, the fourth agreement. When you speak openly and honestly, you won't have to make assumptions. The day you stop making assumptions, you will communicate cleanly and clearly and achieve impeccability with your word. So speak openly and honestly. And don't assume that people already know what it is that you feel, what you want, what you need. Don't assume because they gave birth to you, because they raised you, because they, have been married to you for 25 years, because they've loved you for, ever. Don't assume that, and don't make the assumptions. I'm hearing the same thing of, here's another when you stop making assumptions. When you stop making assumptions, your word becomes impeccable and your life is completely transformed. Magic just happens in your life. What you need comes to you easily because spirit moves freely through you. So the third, no, don't make assumptions. Let your life be transformed. And over the weekend, we also had a Transform Your Life card that came out. So 3, don't make assumptions, okay? 3 of the 4 agreements. And I'm hearing this with this week because it's almost like, oh, sorry, and I got sidetracked. Spirit said, you forgot your thought. Go back to your thought. Around the, if you knew me so well, you should know. You should have known. You should have known I need this. You should have known that I wanted this. You should have known that it was going to hurt me. And I'm hearing they can't know until you tell them. And when you do tell them and they still do something that hurts you, you still want to not make assumptions that they don't love you, is what I'm hearing. Because I'm hearing in my head, if you loved me, that's what I'm hearing from someone. Okay, this could be from a collective. This could be from my own subconscious thoughts. Maybe this is a old, outdated mentality that you learned about conditional love. If you loved me, you would. If you loved me, then you would XYZ. If you loved me, then you would have done this. If you loved me, then you would not have done this. If you loved me, then you should do this. If you love me, then you should not do this. And I'm not saying, Spirit wants to make it clear that it's not saying that you and your partner or your boss or your sibling or your friend or your child or your parent, however, whoever is that this is a conversation with, it's not saying that your partner doesn't love you, or it's not saying that, let your this whole thing, it's not about being taken advantage of just because you are not making assumptions and you're not, this is not about not holding boundaries or setting boundaries or holding people accountable if they are hurting your feelings, if they are going, disrespecting your boundaries, if they are breaking promises, if they're not showing up for you the way that you're asking, if you are speaking openly and honestly, if you are asking clearly and cleanly for what it is that you want, and that still gets, I'm hearing, betrayed, it's understandable to be upset. And you have a right to be upset. And it's important that you acknowledge the feeling of anger and upset and frustration and disappointment that you are feeling. And you can share that emotion and that feeling without making the assumptions that this person doesn't love you. Does this make sense? This is what's coming up right now for this week. So maybe that's something that you've been working through, of releasing those false assumptions that you're not loved if people break their promises, that people don't love you if they don't show up for you the way that you need them to show up for you. And making assumptions as well if you are not asking cleanly or clearly. All right, let's see what Spirit has to say with the Akashic Star Child Tarot. We have the 8 of Swords in reverse. Yes, you're getting out of your head. You're getting out of that mental limitation. The Eight of Swords is about mental limitation. The swords are of the mental, of the mind. Okay, it's all communication, air, thoughts, mind. So with the Eight of Swords, this is about getting out of your head with it in reverse, but I want you to see it upright because you see that she's here with these swords around her, but she has a clear path to this said new portal that you can see here with the Ankh of balance, of balancing that feminine and masculine within you, of trusting and believing that what it is that you desire and are asking for is possible to come into fruition. But when our mind is blocked with mental anguish, look at that, see, and it just freaks out, right? Did you see all of that fly out with the Queen of Cups on top, upright, and the Seven of Swords? So going from the Eight of Swords to the Seven of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. Thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing take a step back. That's what's happening right now. This week is saying take a little bit of a step back from all the intense emotions that are very, very sensitive. Leo energy is bold, but it's also extremely sensitive. Fire energy, fixed fire. When your passion is set on something as a Leo, you are fixed on that passion, and it's very, very bold, and it can be tough to break that passionate desire. If your passionate desire is locked in these unhealthy assumptions that someone is being deceitful, that something is untrustworthy, when you're looking for reasons to not trust, is what I'm hearing with this Seven of Swords. Spirit is saying Eight of Swords in reverse. Take a step back, get out of your head, clear your mind, move a little bit more quietly, a little bit more discreetly, a little bit more silently this week, because your emotions are heightened, because your passions and your feelings are so passionate and bold, because we are releasing and we're ready to move into our sovereignty and have compassion for yourself this week. The Queen of Cups, I love the Queen of Cups energy. It gives me Empress energy of just nurturing your emotions with loving kindness. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups reverse. Look at all these cards. I don't even know where to start. The Ace of Cups reverse with the Strength reverse, with the Two of Swords reverse, with the Moon reverse, with the Six of Cups reverse, and the Knight of Wands and Ten of Wands upright. So what is it that Spirit is trying to say? What I'm hearing, let me get this adjusted just so I can see this. I want to put these upright. I'm going to see this right here, okay? Because what I'm hearing Spirit say here with this, let's see if you can see it okay. I might have to adjust a little myself. There we go. I know my yoga mat is all from all the shuffles. I've been picking up on accident chunks of my yoga mat. I'm gonna have to go get a new one, a new little mat here, just so that you can. But there we go. There we go. Minor technical difficulties, minor technical adjustments is what I'm hearing. So I also just heard a quote my mom likes to say, in the grand scheme of things, this is just a minor inconvenience. So maybe that's what you might be feeling with the stuckness, the mental, I'm hearing mental health, mental anguish, or mental struggle. If you're having some challenges mentally, I'm hearing mental health. Okay, here that Queen of Cups, have compassion for your mental health. Have compassion for mental health. People put a very negative stigma around mental health And I'm hearing this week, this is important for all of us because we have this Ten of Wands and the Knight of Wands up right here. After, with all of this, that's in reverse. Ace of Cups, strength, Two of Swords, the Moon, Six of Cups. There's a lot of, I'm hearing fear, false expectations appearing real, false evidences appearing real, false illusions. With that Moon in reverse, there's this almost like this, and the Moon and the Six of Swords or Cups is giving me, I heard moody, but I also am hearing depression, and I'm hearing depression from nostalgia with the Six of Cups. I'm hearing obsession over nostalgia, depression from the past, maybe depression from past heartbreak, heartache, from things not going the way you wish they could have gone in the past. That's what's keeping us from being able to move forward, is because we're stuck in the past. Past pain, past heartache, past heartbreak, past breakups, past betrayal, Seven of Swords. And you've been suffering in silence is what I'm also hearing. And you may have felt like you've needed to suffer in silence because you felt like your mental health made you weak with the Strength in reverse. And you didn't know where to go. You didn't trust in your faith. You didn't know how. This is for the collective. I received this message from myself because I am human and I've been going through the same thing. Because I am a healer and healers need healing too. Because I am a Chiron. I have a Chiron in Leo myself. The wounded healer. This is what we're doing. This is what we're going through. Strength card, Leo energy. Ace of Cups. So there was some, I'm hearing even you've lost trust in God and your faith because of feeling like you were so weak from your I'm hearing PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, from the traumas that you have been suffering in silence for who knows how long, since you were a child with the Six of Cups in reverse. This could also be past life pain bodies that your soul memories, your soul cells is what I'm hearing. That may not be a thing, but that's what's coming up. Your cellular DNA remembers memories. Your body remembers. And it's healing. It's healing. That's why the Ten of Wands and the Knight of Wands are here. This is about healing, releasing the burdens. You see all these wands that are scattered in all these different directions, and then this one wand in the middle with the reflective mirror of this girl, this woman, saying there is a mirroring effect happening. This could be between you and your counterpart collective, like we were talking about, if it's a partner, friend, parent, child, sibling. Six of Cups also has to do with siblings. So this could be pain, depression from sibling pain, sibling trauma, sibling things that you're healing from. Whatever it is, it could be everything is what I'm hearing. False everything though, because fear is an illusion. False everything appearing real is what fear is. And that's what Spirit is asking you to look at that Knight of Wands with the light in his wand, to transmute it, to lift, to give those burdens up to God. Release them. God, Jah, Source, Divine, however you want to call it. To this Ace of Wand, to cleanse and clear all of those burdens, all of those pains, all of those past shames, guilts, doubts, fears, regrets, resentments. Acknowledge what you're feeling. Maybe you are seeking. I'm seeing the Three of Pentacles in my mind's eye, seeking counsel. I wouldn't be surprised if communication co-creation came out, but look at this. Go beyond the mind, says Lemuria. Seeking counsel, seeking help for your mental health. And there's nothing to be ashamed of for your mental health, beloved, Spirit says. That does not make you weak, Spirit says. Acknowledging where our mind may be playing tricks or betraying us to keep us safe, because our brain is not created to keep us happy. It is created to keep us alive, okay? And our mind is going to sometimes play tricks on us, deceive us to keep us safe if we have had some really painful experiences in the past. You may have completely froze off your entire childhood, and it's de-thawing right now, coming up. Eight of Swords right underneath that Wheel of Fortune that wants to show through, because it is time to awaken to the awareness of the wholeness of who you are, your whole story, so that you can heal and move through it. So that you can integrate your shadows into, with compassion, into this new timeline. Because 10 is of completion. It's also of beginnings. Number 17 might be a significant number, which reduces to 8. We have the third eye chakra. Look at that. Awakened awareness, go beyond the mind, and third eye chakra. Exactly. Your third eye is awakening. Beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Is awakening. Your consciousness is expanding. That's what this means. Awakened awareness is called consciousness. You are becoming conscious of your past so that you can now release your past. You are awakening to truths that may have been very hurtful and deceitful, that may have made you question if God truly actually exists. But what is happening is that you're awakening to truths. I'm hearing you're also awakening to the matrix, someone might want to hear. To the lies, the fibs, the deceit of what you were taught and told to believe about yourself that's been false. Like you are crazy, but you're not. Like you are dramatic, but you're not. Like you are overreactive, but you're not. Beloved, have compassion for what you are awakening to. You have gone through painful experiences that you closed and shut off for so long, that's de-thawing and coming back because your third eye is awakening to consciousness, to truth. Wow. And your dreams need a practical plan. So where are we moving? Believe in the impossible. The blue moon, full moon in Taurus. What is the plan? What is the plan? Hold your vision. Look at this, all about vision, third eye, going beyond the mind, conquering those mental blockages, challenges, dis-eases. Hold your vision, okay? This is what I'm hearing. Hold your vision with the Knight of Wands, just like he's holding this wand. Hold your vision. Even if it's dark around you, you're like, your wand is like a flashlight. Your passion is like a flashlight. It will move you in the dark. But you know, a flashlight in the middle of the dark only helps you see a 2 feet radius, right? So hold your vision, even if you can only see this next step in front of you. This next step in front of you. Spirit is saying, what is your next step? Be compassionate with all that you have been going through. And I'm getting a knock on the door, so I'm going to assume that that is the end of our reading. If that matches and meets your expectations, if this hits your heart space, hit that like button. And until next time, peace and love. Namaste. Bye.